Plaintiff Regina Robinson Rains says the defendant is her grandson's mother, and they have a great relationship despite the fact that she and her son are no longer together. However, Regina is suing her today for the cost of a car. Defendant Natasha Slack says before she dated Regina's son, she was in an abusive relationship, which ended with her ex abducting her at gunpoint, and he was ultimately killed by the police. Natasha admits she never truly healed from the trauma before getting involved with Regina's son.
State your name.
Regina Robinson Rains.
Ma'am?
Natasha Slack.
All right, and you're suing your grandson's mother for $3,000 for the cost of a car?
Yes, Your Honor.
Start with you.
Before I say that, Your Honor, can I just say something? For years, I've heard you talk about the crackheads. I love to hear you talk about them, but I just wanted to show you a vision of hope. I have 31 years clean.
Right.
And I once was Pookie, the woman, female Pookie. So I just wanted to tell you, we do recover.
Good. Yep. And that's why I scare people and humiliate them into recovery. That's my way of helping recovering addicts. I know they don't like to be called names, but that drive them to rehab. We've seen that works. So we do whatever it takes to work.
Thank you.
We don't care about people's feelings. We care about their health and the health and wealth of their family and their community. All right. I'll hurt their feelings every time if it saves their lives and makes life easier for them families. All right. What are you doing in the recovery community over the years? What have you done to give back? You heard what I do. What do you do?
Well, I speak all around the
Good.
world.
Excellent.
I'm a national certified recovery specialist.
Excellent. That's what I
have
like.
8 sponsees. That I have grand sponsees. I still make meetings.
There you go.
I still participate fully in
There you
recovery.
go. I appreciate it.
Thanks to you.
Yeah.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, no,
You know,
I
I need to hear you talk about the drug addict, the crackhead. You need that humility to take you to that next level.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And thank you. You're probably one of the more impressive recovering addicts I've had in here that's doing the work to that extent. I'm always advising recovering addicts to go back and repair. I know they can't find everybody individually, but that's why you help your community. Go back to that community and help others. So thank you for doing that, because that's an obligation that we have when God gives us a second chance.
Plaintiff Regina Robinson Rains is suing her son's ex-girlfriend, who says before she got involved with Regina's son, she was in an abusive relationship with a man who abducted her at gunpoint.
Tell me about the defendant, your relationship with Natasha.
I've been knowing Natasha Slacks for about 20 years. She's my grandson's mother.
You known her through your son?
My son, yes.
They dated for 20 years?
No, they dated for maybe 14, 15 years.
Okay. And how did that go from your observation?
It went real well.
Good.
And then it had an ending. As all relationships that don't work, they come to an end. But they're still great friends.
Good.
And we have a great relationship with her and
Good.
my grandson.
Excellent. All right. Did they have a good relationship themselves, though? You said it had to come to an end because it wasn't good. Maybe
But
don't
they still have a wonderful relationship.
I don't know if they're not together, though, as a couple.
They're not together as a couple.
Ma'am, you give me some background?
Yes, I've known Miss Robinson and her son since 2004. I actually met them. I had actually just went through a traumatic situation myself right before I met them.
What?
I was in an abusive relationship from the age of 16 to the age of 25. And when I ended the relationship, I went downtown to Chicago to get an emergency order of protection to keep this individual away from me. And we had 3 kids together. He ended up running into my parents' house. He basically did a home invasion where he ran up in there with a loaded gun with my family there, and he snatched me out the house. He abducted me at gunpoint and had me for a week. And when he first abducted me, he snatched me out the house and he drugged me to the back of my parents' house where he had a van sitting waiting. He used his size to intimidate people, so he had other people involved with this. So it was another female in the car, which he had used her to knock on my parents' door, evidently to get them to open up the door, because he knew they wouldn't do it for him. But when he got me in the van, he had me in the van, kept telling me to stop crying, shut up, shut up, shut up. He aimed the gun at me, shot the gun in my direction, which the bullet breezed across the top of my leg and ended up lodging in the roof of the van. He had other people involved. He took me to his parents' house, which it wasn't much they could do. They was elderly. You know, every time they tried to intervene when we were together, he would, you know, physically, like, put his hands on them, yeah. So I didn't even really alert them when I was at their house, but I did tell his sister. I let her know what was going on. I told her that he had a gun. So she gave me a burner phone where was able to at least dial 911. So I let her know, you know, he's trying to take me to Minnesota. He kept making threats like I wasn't going to see my birthday that year or whatever. So I let her know. Once I told her that he was going to have us at the Greyhound station downtown Chicago, she walked to her cousin's house, which is their cousin, and told her what was happening. She wanted to know what to do because she was only like 16, 17 at the time. So they both ended up, one called Riverdale police, the other one called Chicago police. And they met us at the Greyhound station. The police did. They asked me, was I with him willingly? I told them, no, I wasn't. Because I knew in the back of my head that, you know, even though I had attempts to get away from him, I knew in the back of my head that if I had left his side and he was still out here, he was going to come back for me. He had to be in police custody for me to feel safe. So, you know, I stayed with him through that ordeal until the police called us at the Greyhound station. They took him back to the police station, the local police station, before they took him to Riverdale where it all started. And they questioned us both. He admitted to everything, which that Riverdale, they had a staircase in the middle of their station, like right at the front door, that went up to an interview room. So they was interviewing him upstairs in that room before they brought him down those staircase to take him back to lock up. He ended up taking an officer's gun, took him outside the building, took him across the street.
He took the officer at gunpoint outside the building?
Yes. Took him across the street, and he shot him in the head and killed him.
Whoa.
And
what year was this?
2004, February 2004. So he ended up trying to carjack 3 other people. He ended up shooting a 72-year-old man in his side. And one of the cars ended up knocking him over, which the police eventually was telling him to put his gun down. He refused to, and they ended up killing him right there in the street. So that was like, it was really traumatic. And when I met her son that same month, which I never like really gave myself time to like get me together. I met her son that month. I ended up getting
Now, are you
pregnant.
all right though? But you know, in terms of that situation?
My healing actually just started last year.
Okay, as long as you're healing.
Plaintiff Regina Robinson Rains is suing her son's ex-girlfriend, who says before she got involved with Regina's son, she was in an abusive relationship with a man who abducted her at gunpoint.
Tell me about the car you're suing for.
In May 5th, I purchased my grandson a car. He had called me. My grandson is 17. However, he's one of the most loving and caring. When I say a good child, never has he been in trouble. Get A's and B's in school. Very respectful. I had gotten my mom 4 years ago. And in the time that I was taking care of my mom, my grandson was right there helping me. So he had gotten a job working at a nursing home. And he told me he didn't have transportation back and forth to work. And he asked me, could I help him out? I told him I sure. I went to my husband, and he and I made a decision to buy the grandson a car. After purchasing the car, my son had the insurance placed on the car. And I asked Tasha, is there any way, can she keep the insurance up? And she told me yes.
For your grandson?
For my grandson. After we initiated, bought the car. Now, the car had to have some work. So it had just got out the shop on September the 5th. I called my grandson, and Natasha and my grandson came to pick it up. Not 25 minutes later, I get a phone call from my grandson that he was in an accident. The police was chasing a car, and the car hit him. His car spent down the hill, and so I ran over there. I asked him, was he okay? He said yes. I had the car towed to my mechanic. Mechanic looked at it. It was totaled. The axle was broken. Now, when my grandson came to pick up the car, I had just, as you can see, I had just gotten the car out of the shop. That was another $1,000. On page 7, where Maine tells me that I can come pick up the car today.
And had you transferred the title?
Transferred the title, did all. It's in Natasha's name.
Okay, so what are you suing for?
I'm suing for the $3,000. Well, I spent almost $5,000, but I just want the initial $3,000 because when the car had the accident, I did not know that the insurance had lapsed.
But you had already given it to them. It was no longer your car.
No, it was not my car.
You had gifted a car for $3,000.
To my grandson.
Correct.
But Natasha was supposed to pay the insurance.
And I guess what I'm saying is you have no standing. You have no legal authority. It was no longer your car. Your grandson would have to be here doing whatever it is you said was supposed to have been done for him. So if she was supposed to do something, or his father, for him relating to the car, and that being insurance, and they didn't get him the insurance like they promised, then that's between him and them. You're out of the picture. You gave your $3,000 as a gift. Of course we are displeased with a variety of things that happen to gifts that we make. But once we gift them, and nothing else we can do about them. If you give your kids cars, I got a thing with everybody, wife included, about I don't get in dirty cars. I don't get you all these expensive cars and y'all won't wash them. I won't get in your car.
Right.
And a bunch of this expensive car, and you keep it dirty. Please, I'm not getting in it. I want to take it back. I want to take it back. You all don't appreciate this. I wish I'd have had it when I was y'all late. Give me that car back. No, it's already there. There's nothing I can do but ride in a dirty car. So instead, I just don't ride with them.
And sulk.
Yeah, and sulk. Be mad riding in the dirty car because I have zero authority. I pay for it. It's my money. It might even still be parked in my house. But I can't even move it. I can't even move it from one part of my property to the other part because you can't move a person's car without their permission. Unless it's illegal. Then I gotta call the tow truck. So I'm just telling you, it's a lot of complications you would be involved in if you try and continue to exercise authority over a gift.
Plaintiff Regina Robinson Rains is suing her son's ex-girlfriend, who says before she got involved with Regina's son, she was in an abusive relationship with a man who abducted her at gunpoint.
Go ahead.
She and I made an agreement because in the event that she wasn't going to pay the insurance, I would have paid the insurance because now my grandson doesn't have a car. He's lost his job, and I'm out of $5,000. But
You would have been out of it if he held his job, if they hadn't had a crash, right?
No, I wouldn't have been out of it if she
well,
had insurance because the insurance would have paid for the car.
It would have paid
At least
you.
I would have.
It would have paid you?
No, it would have paid
That's my
her,
point.
but my
That's
grandson.
my point. You'd have still been out of it.
My grandson would have a car though.
Right, but you would still be out of it. So that's between him and his parents who did not keep their word with him, if that's the case. You have paid your $5,000. You have zero input on this. Here, grandson, this is yours. Now, you and your mama, y'all work out insurance now. Make sure you get your mama to get the insurance. Mama, get the insurance. Mama, get the insurance. Oh, boy, bye. Mama, get the insurance. I'm gonna get it around to you. Mama, get the insurance. Grandma say you need to get the insurance. Grandma say you need to get the insurance. Boy, I done told you, leave me alone about this car. You're not in that picture, man. That's between him and his mother.
Okay, at 17, can he sue his mom?
No.
Okay, so then I'm out, she promised, so there's nothing. I got it. My grandson, I guess he gonna be on one of them on the corner. Cause I've tried to keep him off the corner. See, I tried to give him a car because he had no transportation to work.
And without that,
what
city y'all in?
There's no, Riverdale, there's no buses
Don't
going.
have public transportation?
No,
Uber?
Well, who's gonna pay for Uber? Not me.
If he's going to work, he can.
Yeah, but he don't have any money. And I'm not gonna give up.
He can't get to work at all, then.
No, he can't get to work at all. Cause he ain't
couldn't have bought gas.
Oh yeah, he did, cause I filled it up.
He did have money.
No, I filled it up. If you wanna look on page.
Okay, hold on, let's carry this out logically.
Okay, but.
You're gonna fill it up until when?
Till he get his first paycheck.
Okay, so how long did he have the car?
He didn't have the car a good 20, 25 minutes.
Okay, and the first paycheck is when you expected him to take over everything.
Exactly.
All right, and because he didn't have a car, he never worked. That's what you're saying?
He's in school.
So why are we talking about paycheck then?
Because he wants to work. He has a desire to work. He's in his senior year of high school with a desire to work. Mm-hmm. He found a job, A's and B's.
Okay, where's he attending college or intend to go?
He doesn't want to go to college.
Why?
He
What
wants
is he
to
gonna
be
do?
an actor.
What is he gonna do?
He wants to be an actor.
Okay. Where you gonna act, here?
I don't know where you're gonna act at.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you
All
gonna
right,
get
that's
there.
what I'm saying, ma'am. You need to get a little more into stuff before you just start throwing money around.
Well, I bought it.
You seem to be confused about his ambitions and about his life. And then when I try to pin it down on you, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. Well, that's what happened with your 5,000. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to your 5,000. I can't give it to you. Have a good day. Case dismissed.
Oh, no, it's not going to affect our relationship in no type of way.